So the New England Patriots are coming off a bye and now sit at 11-2 on the season. They're riding a 10-game winning streak, and yet they are home underdogs to the Buffalo Bills. Is the wrong team favored here? Does this Patriots Cinderella run continue, or does Josh Allen remind everyone who the king of the AFC East is? Let's break it down. Hey guys, I'm Joe Ranieri with WagerTalk.com, and let's dive into this massive AFC East showdown Sunday, 1 o'clock Eastern Time kickoff at Foxborough. So why are the Patriots underdogs at home, you might be asking? Well, one big reason could be because, well, it's December, and in December, well, the AFC East, at least recently, has belonged to Josh Allen. Now, the books opened this line essentially as a pick'em. Some spots even had the Patriots as a slight favorite, but we are now seeing Buffalo sitting as a 1.5 point favorite in a lot of spots. Now, the public is looking at this 11-2 record of the Patriots, and they're scratching their head. But when you dig into the strength of schedule and the matchups, now hear me out, Patriot fans, the Bills might actually be cheap at this price. Let me explain. Because first thing we have to do is address the elephant in the room. The Patriots' 11-2 record certainly looks and sounds impressive. And their 9-4 against the number record, that's no joke either. But who have they played exactly? New England has played one of the easiest schedules in the NFL. Their strength of schedule rating is minus 3.6. For perspective, the team right behind them is the Dolphins, who are there at minus 1.8. They have faced a laundry list of backup quarterbacks and struggling offenses. Now, contrast that with Buffalo, who has had this game circled since week 5. That's when we watched the Bills. Well, they handed that game away, didn't they? It was in that first meeting, the Bills lost 23-20 on a last-second field goal. But if you go back and watch the tape, you'll see that Buffalo committed 3 turnovers. They took 11 penalties, and they still almost won that game. They did, in fact, beat themselves. They know it. Anybody who watched it knows it. Anybody who bet on that game knows it. It also happens to be the only game in which everyone's favorite MVP this year, Drake May, didn't throw a touchdown pass. Now, with the division title essentially on the line, we've got ourselves a massive revenge spot taking shape in Foxborough. Now, we have to also talk about the rest versus rust factor. What do I mean? Well, teams on a 10-game win streak that are coming off a bye week like the Patriots are, a lot of times they come out flat. Rest, a lot of times equals rust, especially when we're talking about young quarterbacks and inexperienced teams. And Josh Allen, well, we mentioned that this is the revenge spot of all revenge spots, and he thrives in these situations. He's a perfect 4-0 in the regular season when it comes to rematches, and that includes a 2-0 record against the Patriots that goes back to 2021. He knows he gave that first one away. Now, we are officially in the heart of Josh Allen takeover season. And what do we mean by that? Well, when it comes to Josh Allen, historically, December is his month. He averages 24.5 points per game in December for his career. Now, last year, that number jumped to 31 points per game in the month of December. He plays his best football in December. And I think we saw why last week against the Bengals, because the Bills finally took the handcuffs off, or should I say, finally took the ankle bracelets off, because Josh Allen, using his legs, scrambled for 84 yards and a touchdown last week. That is the most yards a quarterback has rushed for all season long. And let's be honest, when he uses his legs, this offense opens up and becomes almost unstoppable. That mobility sets up the most important stat of what this game is going to be all about, and that's play action. Josh Allen used play action on 53% of his dropbacks last week. That's the fourth highest rate of his career. If they're not faking the run, they're freezing the linebackers, and then they're hitting dig routes right behind them, and it worked like a charm. The problem for the Patriots and that defense is, well, they ranked ninth worst in the NFL against that very same play action. They give up 21% more yards per attempt on play action passes. Plus, they are missing their best interior pass rusher, Milton Williams. Allen is going to have time to fake it and rip it because you're going to have to respect what the Bills can do on the ground. Whether it's Cook or it's Josh Allen, they're going to be able to freeze those linebackers a lot in this game. Now, flip the field. Drake May has been fantastic this season. Can't say anything. The kid has been absolutely unbelievable. Josh McDaniels has done a fantastic job. Too bad he's about to be the new head coach at Michigan. I'm only kidding. No, he'll never go back to the college game. But he has Drake May leading the NFL in completion percentage. But he has been protected by a soft schedule. And even the most ardent supporter of the Patriots in Drake May will tell you, yeah, he's taken advantage of what was given him on the schedule. Well, that is going to change on Sunday because the Patriots are missing their starting left tackle, Will Campbell. And now they've got a backup in Vidarian Lowe, who is surrendering nearly a 10% pressure rate. Not good. And that is, well, kind of blood in the water for the Bills, who look to be getting back Joey Bosa, who is averaging, well, a 16% pressure rate on QBs. Not to mention the resurgence of Greg Rousseau, who is playing at one of the best levels he has his entire career for the Bills. They got Jones back on the defensive front as well. They are going to have to get pressure on Drake May. And they've gotten pressure on quarterbacks most of the season, especially the ones that have backup offensive linemen protecting them. So when the Bills get pressure, opposing quarterbacks have not been great. They allow a league low 4.5 yards per attempt, and they got a sub 40% completion rate when this Bills defense is getting pressure on quarterbacks. Now, Drake May loves to throw to his slot guys as well. Demario Douglas, Stephon Diggs. Yeah, well, the Bills know Stephon Diggs, don't they? But the Bills could very well have the answer for anything that Drake May is going to want to do in the slot, and that's Teron Johnson, because he allows less than a yard per cover snap. In fact, he's the number 6 cover DB against slot receivers this season. They are going to have to get creative to try and figure out a way to get Diggs out of the slot here. May is going to make some mistakes. They are going to look to get pressure on him. Wouldn't be shocked if they actually bring the house in a few opportunities in this game against some of those backup offensive linemen. Now, there are 2 quick situational notes here on this game that you need to know about before betting it. But before I give you those, let me just take a second to say thank you for watching these game previews and following me at wagertalk.com. It's been an amazing season and a very profitable one at that. Those of you that have partnered with me long-term this year, well, then you guys have seen it. Nearly a 50% ROI across Major League Baseball, college football, NFL, college basketball, and now, of course, the NBA. And as a way to say thank you, Wager Talk is offering you the chance, well, just to keep the profits rolling into 2026, because for a limited time, you can get a 1-year all-access pass from now until next December 31st for just $99 a month. That's a savings of over $800. It's a year subscription, which costs normally about $2,000. But right now, you can get every play in every sport for the rest of 2025 and all of 2026 for just $11.88. That's $99 a month, and it includes every sport. Long-term partnerships is how you grow your bankroll and how you profit when partnering with handicappers. So let's finish off 2025 with even more ROI, and let's make 2026 the most profitable year that you have ever had. This isn't an offer you can get anywhere except at this website, wt.buzz/Joe365. That's wt.buzz/Joe365. Take advantage. This limited time offer will be going away shortly, but partner up and let's make this one of the most profitable years on record for you. Now, what do we need to know about these situational spots? Well, first, the weather. We might see snow in Foxborough on Sunday, but let's not let that scare you, right? First of all, light snow, as I told you last week, one of my favorite plays was the Buffalo Bills and the Cincinnati Bengals over, simply because I knew there was snow coming there, and light snow, nothing where it's going to be blizzard-like conditions, but snow, well, it affects defenders, and defenders tend to slip. And like we saw with the Bengals and the Bills, well, yeah, there could be some points in this game. And by the way, nobody runs better on a slick field than a 240-pound quarterback that thinks he's a linebacker like Josh Allen. Second, be very careful with the first half in this game. And also, be careful in the second half. What do I mean by that? Well, the Bills are the worst team in the NFL this season against the spread in the first half. They're 3-10 against the number. The Patriots, by the way, have only trailed at halftime in one game this year. But what about the second half? Well, the second half is a different story because the Bills have the highest point differential in the league, plus 95. If the Bills are down 3 or 6 or 7 at halftime, it is not time to panic if you're backing the Bills here. That might be one of the best live betting opportunities you'll get all weekend long. Keep that in mind. The Bills thrive in the second half. So how do we bet this? Well, my model favors the Bills by at least a field goal here. So the fact that the market was able to give us -1 or even the money line up to -120, 125 is not a bad look here. I think there's plenty of value in this game to back the Bills. And yes, I get it. 11-2, 10-game winning streak. But I'm telling you, my numbers and apparently the odds maker numbers, well, they tell a different story in this game. We have big mismatches in the trenches with the Bills' pass rush against some backup offensive linemen. We have a revenge spot for a quarterback who dominates in December in his career. And we have a Patriots team that might have gotten a little fat and sassy. Thank you, Marco D'Angelo. A little fat and sassy up on a weak schedule that they have had. I think Drake May struggles with the pressure. I think Josh Allen uses his legs much more in this game, just like we saw last week, to extend drives. And I think Buffalo gets one back here on the Patriots. I have this score, Buffalo 27, Patriots 21. I like the Bills to get it done in this game. Listen, don't let that streak fool you. Okay, the fact that New England has been as good as they have, 11-2, fighting for the number 1 seed in the AFC, I get it. But the Bills are the better team. The Bills have a higher ceiling. And let me know if you agree with that in the comments. Are the Pats for real? Are you buying the Patriots streak? Is it legit to you? Or, like he does every year in his career, Josh Allen gets to the month of December and it's time, well, it's go time for him. And we've seen it every year with him. Drop your comments in below here in the comment section. Don't forget to hit that like button. And don't forget to tell your friends, family, and neighbors that we have so many more big games coming up, not only this weekend, but over the next couple of weeks. And we have got previews all over here at Wager Talk TV. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and never miss a big game preview. We have got you covered. Thanks again for watching. smash that like button, and let's cash some tickets this weekend. Good luck.